I think I'm going to put on a lot of weight this Chinese New Year. Already? Okay, start the timer. Hi, welcome to Guerilla Says. I'm Keith and this is John. Today, the first topic is Italian espresso versus specialty coffee. So let's just get started. What's specialty coffee to you?
It's coffee that has gone through processing right down at farm level. Microclimate, altitude, everything is taken into consideration before the final product is being roasted, cupped, and attains a certain score to qualify under what is being defined as a specialty coffee quality grade.
I think that specialty coffee is all that, but at the end of the day, for when you drink it, you should be able to have a great balance of flavors. They're distinct, there's clarity and there's separation, and it makes you smile and you say, this is good. To an average coffee drinker around the world, when they drink it, they'll be like, wow, this is good stuff.
Yes, I totally agree with that, and especially if you begin with the end in mind, it has to be pure enjoyment, right?
Yes.
Before any other information matters.
What's the next question? What is
what
Italian espresso?
Yes. What is Italian espresso to you? How would you describe your first ever experience with it?
I think Italian roast or Italian style espresso or medium to dark roast coffee for that fact, they focus a lot more on body, and actually the roasted flavors, like the smoky and roasted flavors, it's really a part of the experience. They favor that over acidity or fruit flavors or other types of flavors. Whereas specialty coffee is, there is a natural sugar in there, and compounds that give you distinct differences. And people who enjoy specialty coffee, they think that the dark roast or the roasted flavors, the smoke or a little bit of bitterness is not something they look for.
Yeah.
So they look for something. In fact, they look for acidity also. Okay, what's next? What's next in the article?
Does roast level matter?
Oh, I just answered that, right?
Yeah, I guess, but to have more relevance to this topic, I would say the roast level doesn't define either Italian espresso or specialty. Probably I would say Italian espresso is more of a style, and specialty is more associated.
Can you have
with,
light roasted Italian espresso or medium roasted?
I would say why not, right?
Okay, this triggers a whole question of whether light roast or medium roast should even matter. I think it matters to both.
Yes.
At a certain point in time, when you roast, there will be an imbalance of over roasting. Like once you overcook something, there's an imbalance anyway. The key is to get the right roast for reducing the acidity here, which is what Italian espresso is all about. And if you roast this specialty grade coffee, you need to roast to an extent where you get the outcome you want. If you want specialty coffee to have a lot of body and still punch through milk, you might want to roast it a little longer. But if you're really brewing it or roasting it for brew coffee, you might roast it very light. Or single origin espressos with a lot of unique flavors, you might roast it lighter.
Yeah, like you say, I guess it's a whole different topic on its own. In general, that's the direction that I believe many roasters have taken up in each individual category to highlight what they want from each.
Okay, next question.
How does traditional fit in today's world of coffee?
Oh, I mean, we've got so many customers that use traditional Italian espresso. If you're an Italian restaurant serving Italian pizza, Italian food, Italian wine, I'm pretty sure you should be serving Italian espresso.
That's, I guess, it's a norm that we actually do see in our trend of customer database, right?
Yeah. But actually, a lot of small restaurants also, they like to serve Italian espresso. Maybe it's because their menu has some Italian items. And I would say that because they reduce the acidity, they actually cater to a more mass market crowd. So sometimes their customers have a preference for Italian-based espressos.
I would agree to that. And I do think that basically there's no right or wrong in choosing the type of coffee. It's more to individual owner, what kind of crowd they want to cater to, right?
Yeah.
So looking back at it, I don't see how traditional Italian coffee would not fit into today's world, because I bet they hold a bigger market share compared to even the specialty style of espresso.
Yeah. And specialty coffee is a really wide range. If you talk to a dedicated specialty cafe serving single origins and really knowing what they're doing with their coffee, they might have a huge range of offerings from specialty coffees with one flavor to another and seasonal and all that. In fact, the trend is when people pursue quality, the avenues for growth in specialty coffee are almost limitless. People are exploring that way. But for traditional Italian espresso, it's more of a fixed expectation or known expectation that most customers are aware of. There's one thing I want to say though, I think in today's world, a customer is no longer black and white. It's no longer I either like Italian coffee, espresso, or I like specialty espresso.
Yes.
Or specialty coffee.
I mean, I agree with that.
In the morning, I can if I'm in a rush, I rush in, I have a cappuccino, espresso from any cafe, even a good Italian espresso, quick. And that was the whole point of espresso anyway. Fast, good, have a quick chat and get out of the way and get back to work. But in the afternoon or if I'm on leave and I want to experience the entire experience of food service and somebody who's really knowledgeable, I could sit down with a barista or go to a nice cafe and enjoy a single origin or specialty roast, blend, a style of coffee that they're making, and I can have both. So in today's world, you can't just split people into traditional and non-traditional and specialty. I think it's high time we acknowledge that anyone can drink anything, and we have to learn how to appreciate the best of each blend or of each style.
Yep.
Which leads us to our next question, which is better? I think I've said my piece.
Well, I guess this previous topic and this topic is very related and interlinked. Like I mentioned earlier, I guess there's no specific which is better. Yes, generally it still caters to different market, but I have to agree with you that there's no clear line drawn between your choice of either, I only drink traditional Italian espresso, or I'm strictly a specialty style espresso kind of person. Each have their individual qualities that the consumer would appreciate or enjoy. So to probably say the bare minimum for each of the coffee, right? I would say if it is your first experience trying either of the coffee style and you are not impressed by it or you don't think it's the right one for you, probably try it out at another 2 or 3 different cafes.
Yeah.
So it might be the first experience you had is just not enjoyable.
Yes. Okay, sometimes baristas screw up.
Yeah,
It's
for some reasons.
Yeah. You can't make hundreds of cups a day and then it's not perfect all the time. Sometimes you might just have a bad cup, or that cafe they just had a bad day. You might get a bad Italian espresso. You might get a bad specialty coffee. It might not be it might be the coffee. There's a bad batch. You never know. But spend some time with different cafes and drink different things. If you enjoy coffee, that's the very least you should do. Never try and make up your mind about what you like, but just try the variety there is. On that note, thank you very much for coming. I hope you guys had a little more clarity to what traditional Italian espresso is and what specialty coffee is. We hope you enjoyed this, and we hope to see you next time on our next topic. Thank you very much. Bye. And cut.